Good day. This is Acacia Mason, Director of Communications for the CPF and Diplomatic Representative to the DAL. The elections have ended, and in what was surely one of the tightest races I think we've ever seen in a very long time. Honestly, despite what anyone thinks, much credit really should be given to Derek Harland, who, in my humble opinion anyway, ran a very strong campaign, and honestly, I'm convinced that we've not yet seen the last of this guy. Somebody as talented and as bright as Derek Harland is not someone who's going to be kept out of the top office for very long. It's been said that you can't keep a good man down, and frankly, I don't think it'll be too long before we do find Derek in the office of the Prime Minister, so we do need to give him credit where credit is due. That was a well-run campaign. At the same time, we must give credit where credit is due to Jacoby, who ran a very strong campaign, earning himself a 6th term in office. Certainly no doubt that Jacoby has the support of many, which one really should have after so many terms in office. You don't get to be a sitting Prime Minister 5 terms and then run for a 6th one without having the confidence of the people behind you, and I think that was certainly a big driving force as to part of the reason that he managed to make it in for a 6th consecutive term. So certainly congrats to him and kudos to him. At the same time, though, my DAL friends, take heart. Although your candidate did not win this time, you still deserve to be seen as one of the strongest parties in Canada, and I don't think anybody can dispute that. Perhaps this is just a signal to try and reinvent yourself. My father, my dad, always tells me that when we suffer defeat, it's just life's way of telling us that we need to make some changes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking here about drastic changes. I'm not suggesting that you need to completely turn yourselves upside down, unless, of course, that's what you think you need to do. But perhaps just a reinvention of yourselves. One thing I think is very certain is that you have no shortage of bright and strategic minds with Citizen B, Scorpius, Derek Harland, and many, many others. In my honest opinion, I think it's truly only a matter of time before you find yourselves with a candidate in the top office in Canada. Again, you have too many intelligent and strategic individuals in your party to not see that happen. Now for something maybe a little more fun. As you learn more about me, I seem to learn a little bit more about you as well. And I learned this week that Karsten Skerries, or as someone in IRC referred to him, Kitten Skittles. I have no idea where the Kitten Skittles thing comes from, but maybe somebody can explain that to me. But anyway, I actually find that name rather amusing. No offense, Karsten, but it is certainly funny. What I did learn, though, about Karsten is that he plays the French horn. Now, how did I figure this out? Well, I would say I figured out the same way I figure all that kind of stuff out. I made a comment in IRC in which I said this one time at band camp, and no sooner did I type it, I felt the glare of Mr. Skerries drilling into my skull as it reminded me not to diss Bandcamp. Karsten, all I can say is, if Bandcamp is half as fun as what I've seen in the movies, you are truly a very, very lucky guy, no doubt. So now something about me, as is my new tradition, and I've been trying to share a little bit about me as I go along, and I hope you're enjoying that, because I'm certainly enjoying finding little tidbits about me to share with you. Did you know that my all-time favorite comfort food in the world is rice pudding? Yes, there's nothing in my mind more comforting for me than a nice warm bowl of rice pudding with cinnamon on the top and raisins mixed in. There's absolutely nothing like it at all. And in fact, I use my grandmother's very old recipe. It's one that's kind of passed its way through my family for some time, but that's the one I use. And I would have to say, truly, when I'm not feeling myself, I certainly enjoy a nice bowl of warm rice pudding. So what about you guys? And gals, I should say. What's your all-time favorite comfort food? Maybe you can share that in the forum, or whatever the case may be, or wherever you feel so inclined. But anyway, I won't take up too much of your time, so I'll say until next week. This is Acacia Mason signing off. Take care, my DAL friends, and have a great week.